You always want to tell a fun, exciting story, and every time I've ever made a movie, I go into it going, I want this to be the best movie ever made.
You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
I only have one gear, bro. It's all the way. Bleep it if you must.
What an idiot I've been as a young person in this industry who has no filter and no idea what she's doing.
Well, well, well. How the turntables.
Because right now there's more dwarves on this podcast than there are in the new Snow White movie. And that's probably due to Peter Dinklage.
Yep.
The Snow White fiasco surrounding Rachel Zegler has officially reached a whole new level. And now, Jack Black is right in the middle of the storm. According to multiple sources, the Hollywood icon allegedly confronted Zegler face-to-face after her polarizing interviews exploded across the internet. Insiders claim the tense exchange was so intense, it reportedly sent her straight into therapy. Zegler was meant to be Disney's next big star. Chosen to play Snow White in the highly anticipated live-action remake of the film that started it all for the studio, the role was supposed to launch her career into superstardom. But instead, it spiraled into what looks like a full-blown PR disaster.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Fans were already outraged after Rachel Zegler called the prince a stalker, mocked the original storyline, and proudly declared that her version of Snow White wouldn't need a man to rescue her. But Jack Black wasn't about to stay silent. According to insiders, he directly questioned why she was tearing apart a cherished classic that has meant so much to audiences for generations. With the prince written out, the iconic dwarves replaced, and Zegler's tone seen as condescending, Jack reportedly laid it all out, holding nothing back. What was supposed to be Disney's magical revival is now crumbling into one of its most embarrassing missteps yet, with Zegler in the spotlight and Jack Black stepping in as the unexpected voice of reason.
Excuse me, your curtain. Please allow me to help.
Help? From you?
I didn't mean to offend. I just thought you should know that
That I should know what? That some privileged white guy thinks his opinion matters? Get over your entitlement. I'm not some damsel in distress waiting for you to ride in on your high horse.
Snacks all over the set that are apple flavored. And that hurts my feelings.
I was gonna say,
It's like they don't know what happens to me. There's gonna be so many stories that come from the set about how difficult I am to work with simply because I don't want apples. It's Hollywood, babe.
Jack Black reportedly thinks the downfall of Snow White isn't just about Rachel Zegler's controversial interviews. According to insiders, he also points the finger at Gal Gadot, claiming that both actresses gave flat, unconvincing performances that lacked emotion and real on-screen chemistry.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
You had one job.
just the one.
Kalel, no. Max Lord, you're putting yourself and everyone else in grave danger. I need you to give me the stone. What happened to it?
What did you say?
So exciting. Very interested to find the men who brought those.
Why should I help you?
Because we're asking you nicely.
Just tell me what it costs to get her away from me. Name a price. I'll buy the whole damn boat if I have to.
Who are you? The lasso of Hastia compels you to reveal the truth. Now, who are you?
But who?
Enough.
I said enough.
As Amazons, this is our duty. You have no idea what kind of power you're dealing with.
Sources close to the matter say Jack Black believed the film lacked any real spark between the leads, calling the performances lifeless and empty, a key factor in why the movie failed to connect with viewers.
Please welcome Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot.
Visual effects push the boundaries of what we see on screen.
Their work makes the impossible seem possible.
With breathtaking ambition, they create magic that wraps its arms around our wildest imaginations.
Here are the nominees for Best Visual Effects.
Reports claim he told those around him that Disney prioritized political agendas over genuine, heartfelt storytelling.
I sat through the whole thing. This was really bad. It was extremely leftist on every political dimension: racial politics, sexual politics, class politics, regime politics. Its narrative was cowardly. It was just awful.
From his perspective, the film fell apart because it lost sight of the essentials: captivating performances, authentic charm, and that timeless sense of wonder.
Warner Brothers' Minecraft movie versus Disney's Snow White, which in theory should be quite a battle, but it's not even a fair fight, and it's pretty hysterical actually to watch. She's literally the only person there, and do you not understand how humiliating this is? Meanwhile, the experience at Minecraft goes something like this.
Okay,
And the cops had to escort the rowdy teenagers out. The Minecraft movie is doing something magical. It's creating a live audience reaction event where people are going to just be part of something to interact with the movie itself. The kind of thing that really creates like a kinetic movement.
At the same time, something unexpected was unfolding across the city. The Minecraft movie, which many critics had written off as too juvenile and clunky, was dominating the box office. Audiences were flooding theaters, and critics were forced to backtrack on their earlier takes. In just its opening weekend, Minecraft raked in more money domestically than Snow White managed to earn worldwide in 3 full weeks. That's when the storm surrounding Jack Black truly ignited.
It got destroyed at the box office. Here's the box office numbers. The Minecraft movie made $60 million on Saturday. Snow White made $2 million.
Well, we all basically knew that Snow White was going to be a massive failure at the box office because of Rachel Zegler's controversial statement. But it says, meanwhile, over in the kingdom of crumbling crowns, Disney's Snow White dropped like an enchanted apple.
What they really mean is they're describing a worldview that hates you, that hates everything America stands for.
Whereas the Snow White model is the message ad infinitum, shoved directly up your ass, and most importantly, in the most insufferable possible way, like screamed at you by an ugly woman for 2 hours.
Jack Black, beloved for his role in Kung Fu Panda, and now the face of the Minecraft movie, allegedly had a private confrontation with Rachel Zegler right in the midst of the chaos. According to insiders, he directly challenged her actions. Why label fans as trolls? Why mock the very tale that helped build Disney's legacy? Why disrespect the prince, remove the dwarves, and turn Snow White into a personal platform? Sources say Jack didn't sugarcoat a single word.
He doesn't need a prince to save her, and not surrounded by 7 weird people. Oh, okay, just CGI fictional goblins, I guess.
Snow White, of course, famously played by the insufferable girl boss narcissist, who's just clinical at this point.
So you had the marketing material not being all that good. A lot of advertisements were really mediocre for this film. And to top it off, they made tons of changes and they strayed away from the source material, which upset a lot of fans.
Just like to sit in the back in the dark with no one watching me, just to gauge the audience and see if they laugh as hard as I do.
Today's presentation of a Minecraft movie. Please, no throwing popcorn. Also, absolutely no chicken jockeys!
Minecraft was succeeding in all the ways Snow White failed, delivering laughs, spreading joy, and winning over fans without forcing a message. Meanwhile, Disney's top boss, Bob Iger, was reportedly shaken by the unfolding disaster, demanding answers as his high-stakes reboot descended into total disarray.
This movie exists, by the way. You can't tell me Minecraft is the worst movie of 2025 when Snow White exists. That's right. Minecraft movie is going to make more in the weekend than Snow White's made in its entire theatrical run, and we know why. Encouraging to see a movie that decided to do the opposite of Snow White, which is, according to all available reviews, including from the people that I trust the very most on this platform, it is non-political. The Minecraft movie does not try to beat you and box you about the ears with the message. It is just silly fun for kids, which is what a kids movie should be. Teens in suits, shouting lines, cheering like it was a concert. Check out the energy, unreal. Disney Snow White is flopping hard. Why did Minecraft win? Because they stayed true to their actual audience. If Disney had made a faithful adaptation to the original Snow White, it would have made $1 billion.
As if things couldn't get worse, Jack Black isn't the only one taking shots at Snow White. Even South Park joined in, tearing apart the remake, and Rachel Zegler with a savage parody. The mockery is only gaining momentum, and for Zegler, this is quickly escalating into a full-blown nightmare in Hollywood.
Nothing has brought me greater joy than watching the Walt Disney Company absolutely panic over the last few weeks. They're mad at South Park because they're making fun of their woke ideologies, constantly race swapping or religion swapping everything in their movie.
As expected, South Park has taken aim at Disney's so-called woke agenda, mocking Rachel Zegler's Snow White and other Disney projects. This move from South Park wasn't exactly a shocker, as it's far from the first time they've taken a jab at Disney. However, Rachel Zegler seems absolutely livid over the ridicule, along with the constant mocking from others.
Let's address the elephant in the room. I'm the hottest person in the world.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, I don't need your business.
Yeah. Weird. I'm a narcissist.
I don't need your business.
And everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
I don't need your business. Thanks.
South Park recently aired an episode where they gender and race swapped Cartman, Stan, Butters, and Kenny, turning them into adult women of color. This satirical take mocks what Disney is attempting with many of its upcoming films. Disney has been facing significant backlash lately, especially with Rachel Zegler's casting as Snow White, given her Latina background, and the decision to alter the story to make it more feminist and empowering. These changes have reworked key aspects of the original tale that made Snow White iconic. According to Zegler, the movie has stripped away any romance between Snow White and the prince, and she even suggested the prince might as well be cut from the film entirely, an interview that some fans have found deeply disrespectful.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. It's Hollywood, baby.
You to say all of Andrew's could get cut. Like, who are you?
Oh my God.
Are you Disney? I've read your book, and I have. It's a phenomenal book. You're losing generation of loyal viewers. When you think about Snow White, what is the premise? What is the story?
It's a love story. It's a love story.
It's a dream for a girl to grow up and a man falls in love.
I'm really upset.
What happened next varies depending on who you ask. One insider insists that Zegler tried to brush it off with humor until Black pointed out the box office numbers. In just one weekend, my blocky Minecraft made more than your Snow White did globally. Maybe the fans aren't trolls. Maybe they're just bored.
This is no ordinary apple, my dear. It's a magic wishing apple. A wishing apple? You offer it to me freely. In place of the patriarchy, you would have a queen! Not white, but diverse, inclusive, and equitable! I will become the leader I know I can be! All shall love me and despair!
Oh, what has she done to you? Fear not, First Love's kiss can break any curse.
Sources say Zegler rushed backstage, her cries reverberating down the hallway. Another source reveals that while the confrontation remained cordial, it was far from warm, with Black advising her that harboring disdain for fans could be a career killer.
Stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess. I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed on.
Oh, really? Are you having trouble paying your bills, Rachel? Did Steven Spielberg not pay you for your role in West Side Story? Did Disney fail to give you a healthy paycheck for, cry me a river? She's just exactly everything that we can't.
Disney went into full-blown crisis mode. Executives quickly pulled Zegler from morning interviews, released vague statements about her mental health, and authorized emergency reshoots, all without addressing the viral video. Meanwhile, Minecraft Dance raked in over $300 million, fueled by families looking for fun, not preachy messages. CEO Bob Iger was reportedly furious, questioning, how did Snow White turn into a TED Talk?
Zegler also faced blowback after posting Free Palestine. Godot is from Israel and served in the Israeli army.
And then they had to hire a special media consultant for her to follow her around all the time and make sure she didn't continue shitting on Snow White and the prince and young love and women who want to get married and Steven Spielberg, the executive producer of her previous movie, and white people who she claims wanted to know if she was really a Latina on her first movie.
I never really wanted to talk about politics. I kind of tried really hard to avoid it because no one wants to hear celebrities talking about political issues, right?
And they postponed the release of this thing, Ben, for a year because their star, Rachel Zegler, was so unlikable, told all Trump supporters that they could f off, excuse me, but she did. That was just in November. They didn't even know she was going to do that one. And then she came out and she said, I apologize. Like, I went too far. But it wasn't sincere.
Online, the culture war erupted. Supporters argued that Zegler was being penalized for speaking her truth, while critics flooded social media with split-screen memes.
Remaking the movie, they just got rid of the dwarves. Okay,
but what do they call them?
Why
now,
would they
too?
get rid of the dwarves, though?
Magical
creatures. But they have one token dwarf amongst these magical creatures. You actually just went backwards. You actually just erased the dwarfism side of it. The disability, like we're a disability group, you just erased that whole image. The argument should have been from Peter Dinklage, there's power of being on TV, there's power of television, and to put 7 people with dwarfism on camera in a major Disney movie, there's still power there. If the story is offensive, change the story, don't change the characters.
Or what?
They're leaning into woke. Hardcore.
They're petrified of some kind of backlash.
Zegler sat alone in a deserted theater, while Black was seen crowd surfing through packed Minecraft screenings. The comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Was Black's approach harsh or just brutally honest?
Rachel Zegler then inexplicably continued to post herself in an empty theater for her own movie. She's literally the only person there.
Then came the bombshell. Industry blogs revealed that Zegler had started intensive therapy to handle the backlash and the public humiliation. Her social media went quiet, broken only by a single story, a stark message in white text on black, announcing she was taking time to heal. The silence spoke volumes, louder than any tweet could.
I can also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing people would stop sending me death threats.
Behind the studio gates, whispers circulated that Black had spoken the unspoken truth. Audiences crave magic, not moral lectures. Test screenings had labeled the film as preachy, but no one dared challenge Disney's ideological checklist. Now, in boardrooms, the debate rages over whether nostalgic franchises should ever bend to activism. For viewers, the conflict is clear: a comedic figure versus a self-declared princess. Disney's billion-dollar gamble is crumbling while a video game adaptation rises. Sources close to the production claim studio therapists are now on standby for other cast members as morale continues to sink. Merchandise partners are quietly scaling back orders. Theme park planners are halting Snow White tie-ins, and investors are questioning whether Disney's live-action formula has finally reached its breaking point. All of this fallout stems from a single unscripted outburst that tore through Disney's brand like a wrecking ball in broad daylight.